I need a man who knows and loves this. Listen, if somebody doesn't like me and all my snort laughter, then they just aren't gonna get me, and then they're just not my person.
I think humor in any case. I don't care if you fart when you laugh accidentally. I don't have a problem with Meri's snort laugh.
Welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is how Sister Wives seems to be changing into something that feels more like a dating show. The new season will even start by following Meri as she tries out speed dating. It almost sounds like she's on a quest for a brother husband. I'm joking, of course, but the storyline really is focused on Meri's dating journey. After reading Christine's book and learning how much of the show is carefully planned with producers, I can't watch it the same way anymore. I always knew reality TV wasn't completely real, but seeing how they map out the season in advance, choosing events and creating storylines, makes the show feel less spontaneous. With Meri's speed dating, it's clear this wasn't just a random choice. She or the producers pitched the idea, and then the cameras followed. Because it's television, everything had to be arranged, permission to film, signed waivers from participants, and maybe even men showing up just for the chance to be on TV. That makes me wonder, are these guys really there to date Meri, or are they chasing screen time? Meri herself admits she never pictured doing speed dating. She says it feels overwhelming, too noisy, and too staged. She insists she prefers to meet people naturally, not through apps, setups, or formal dating events. Still, here she is letting cameras film her as she tries it anyway. Thinking back to 2009, meeting people wasn't easy even then. Meri remembers meeting her ex-husband on eHarmony, but she's not even sure if the site exists today. Outside of dating apps, people often relied on places like bars, clubs, the gym, or work. But dating co-workers can get awkward if things end badly. That makes me wonder, how will women like Meri or Janelle realistically meet anyone now if they reject apps, setups, and speed dating? Maybe they don't truly want to date at all. Another layer here is faith. For years, Meri made it seem like she still believed in the religious doctrine of her family, but she later admitted on a podcast that she hadn't believed for a long time. If she didn't believe, then why act like spiritual marriage and sealing was so important? Christine also left after realizing the faith no longer guided her, and she didn't bother with a church process because, in her mind, there was nothing sacred left to honor. If you don't believe in the authority or teachings, then a spiritual divorce is meaningless. That makes me wonder if Meri is reshaping her story to match Christine's honesty, or if she's just confused about how much to share. For women who still believe in the doctrine, dating is complicated. Even if a husband abandons them, they remain spiritually tied. That means dating someone new could feel like infidelity, a sin that, in their teachings, carries heavy consequences. Maybe this explains why Janelle seems hesitant. Or maybe she simply wants peace after years of turmoil. Not everyone needs or wants a partner. As for Meri, she is taking the leap. She says she's looking for someone tall, confident, and kind. To her, you can tell a lot about a person just by looking into their eyes. Whether her search is genuine or just another storyline, only time will tell. I was listening to Meri talk on a podcast, and she shared some personal details about herself. She mentioned how hard it is for her to date, and how she struggles with self-doubt. I think this might come from her past, where she was taught that women who speak their minds and stand up for themselves aren't always appreciated. Meri has a strong personality, and she knows what she wants. She can be very controlling, and while that makes her a strong person, it also creates challenges in relationships. When someone is looking for the right partner, they usually want someone who can balance them out or understand them, someone who will accept them for who they are. A partner should be able to accept who you are and still love you. But Meri has some high standards, and she's not afraid to be vocal about her needs. She wants someone kind, confident, and outgoing, and she hopes that someone will have nice eyes. However, I personally don't think nice eyes are enough to judge a person's character. I once dated someone who had beautiful eyes, but he turned out to be a bad person. Meri has a lot to learn about relationships. I think when she dated Amos, she was a bit naive. She's mentioned how that relationship didn't work out because he was more interested in talking about the show than being with her. Some guys only care about being on TV, and that's something Meri has learned the hard way. She also talked about how some people don't want to date her because of when someone is looking for the right partner, they usually want someone who can balance them out or understand them, someone who will accept them for who they are. Background in polygamy. However, I don't think that's true for everyone. Many people in Utah have family members or connections to the polygamous culture. It's not as rare as some people might think. In fact, there's a growing community of people who have left the LDS Church or fundamentalist groups, and many of them end up dating and marrying others who have left the same background. So, it's not impossible for Meri to find someone who accepts her past. However, there are challenges. When you marry someone from this world, you might end up meeting family members who are part of extreme groups, which can be a concern. Meri's own family might include some of these people. For example, her sister's husband, Nathan, has extreme views and is connected to dangerous groups, including militias and illegal activities. These are serious issues to consider. Meri is also on a reality show, and whoever she dates will have to deal with the fact that she's famous. Not everyone can handle being in the public eye, and for some people, it's just too much. But Christine's relationship with David is different. David accepted Christine's past and understood the polygamous culture. He was sympathetic to the struggles of women who leave these relationships. It seems like he truly gets it, which is rare. When Meri says she wants someone outgoing, I wonder if she means someone who is an extrovert, who loves socializing, or if she means someone who is strong-willed and assertive. Meri and Kody clashed a lot because they both had strong personalities, and that's not always a good match in a relationship. I think Meri might do better with a partner who is more laid back and doesn't need to be the leader of the relationship. She might do well with someone who is okay with being a supportive partner, rather than always trying to take control. Everything seems to be centered around what Robin wants, and how she changed Kody's way of thinking. When you're confident in who you are, it's easier to make decisions and stand by them. You don't need anyone to tell you what to do or question your choices. I guess Meri might not want someone who is unsure of themselves or passive. She probably wants someone who can make decisions without always needing validation. But it's tough when two strong-willed people come together. I think Meri might have trouble finding someone who is both confident and not trying to control everything. She seems to be looking for a partner who's like her, confident but not too overpowering. That could be a problem because finding someone who fits this exact personality might not be easy. Maybe that's why she hasn't found the right person yet. Dating after being in a polygamous marriage is difficult. For some women like Janelle, they might take longer to get into a new relationship because they want to make sure the person is right. For others, like Christine, they may find someone quickly, like David, because they are ready to move on. But then there's someone like Meri, who struggles to trust herself when making decisions because she's spent her life following authority. Having every choice made for you can make it harder to take control of your own life later. Making decisions for yourself can feel overwhelming, especially after living in a system that made every decision for you. It seems like Meri is still dealing with this struggle. She's trying to break free from the programming she grew up with, but it's not easy. She might want a partner, but she has to first figure out how to trust herself and make decisions on her own. Dating after polygamy isn't easy, and it's a big challenge. It's not uncommon for people to take their time, or for some to jump into relationships quickly. But no matter what, it's clear that Meri still has a long way to go before she finds the right person for her. When it comes to the speed dating event, I don't think she will find someone there. I feel like it's more of a storyline for the show than an actual opportunity to meet someone real. It could be entertaining, but it doesn't feel like a genuine way for Meri to find a lasting relationship. Also, when Meri mentions that she wants someone who is 6 feet tall, I think that might be a dig at Kody. Kody isn't very tall, around 5 feet 9 inches or 5 feet 10 inches, and I know he's always wished he was 6 feet. So, when Meri says she wants someone taller and more confident, it seems like she might be indirectly criticizing Kody. Maybe she even feels that Kody's eyes aren't very attractive. I'm not sure, but it's interesting to think about. What do you think? Do you think Meri will find someone through speed dating? Is the whole thing real, or just for the show? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like the video and send some hype, whatever that means. And make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you never miss a video. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments.